New Zealand has been developing a national environmental monitoring reporting client. This client is known as LAWA, or Land, Air, Water, Aotearoa. Critical to national reporting is consistent data collection. NEM standards, or National Environmental Monitoring Standards, have been developed within New Zealand for implementation across councils. With consistent data from each agency, we can then start talking about data exchange across all of these agencies for national reporting. Regional authorities, with central government's Ministry for the Environment, are designing reports for a range of different environmental domains. These domains will be reported to the LAWA website, as indicated in this diagram. An introduction to this website follows.
Everyone in New Zealand has an interest in the quality of our fresh water. We each use on average 200 litres a day. It's home to around 50 species of freshwater fish, 2/3 of which are threatened. It grows our food, it powers our businesses, and we enjoy it in our leisure time. There is a lot of information out there and a lot of research going on involving a lot of people. Regional councils joined with the Cawthron Institute, the Ministry for the Environment and Massey University, and with support from the Tyndall Foundation, developed LAWA to share information all in one place. Regional councils collect samples from over 1,100 sites in New Zealand, which are analysed by the council scientists and the Ministry for the Environment. The Cawthron Institute checks the data has been collected, processed and analysed against best practice guidelines. An open lab at Massey University asked river users what they wanted LAWA to be, then used design to bring the science to you in an easy-to-understand format. LAWA connects you with information about the quality of our water at all levels. It shares water quality data with you and tells you where you can go to enjoy our rivers. Visit LAWA to meet your rivers and share your stories. lawa.org.nz, connecting you with New Zealand's rivers.
LAWA has been designed with OGC standards in mind, enabling the federation of councils' data servers across New Zealand. To this end, the LAWA website is able to present live data from a variety of council servers. Those servers are from different providers, but all provide data to the same standard formats. In this instance, live data for a site for Manawatu at Hopelands has been provided for river discharge and for water temperature. We get instantaneous values being returned on this page. By drilling further, we can see a graph of these data either over the last 7 days, 30 days, or indeed the last 12 months. It is important to note that there is no caching of data on the server. Each request is fulfilled in real time. Now we will show you how easy it is to configure LAWA to incorporate data from other sites. Waiho at Te Araha, within the Waikato region of New Zealand, currently has no live link data enabled within LAWA. By going into the CMS for the LAWA website, we can configure the live data settings to incorporate SOS calls to return specified datasets. In this example, we are pasting requests to return WaterML 2.0 data for the most recent discharge value and for discharge for the last 7 days. Returning to the website, we can now see that the Live Data tab is enabled for this site. Going into this tab, we can observe that the last flow value has indeed been returned. Clicking into this, further we can see data for the last 7 days being presented as a graph on the site. The data for this region is delivered through Akista's Whisky server. To demonstrate the benefits of using OGC services, we move to New Zealand's Northland region, where the Hilltop server product is being used to deliver data services. Following the same process as demonstrated previously with the Waiho at Te Araha site, service requests here are added to the site config for Waitangi River at Wakelands. Again, returning to the website, we can see that the Live Data tab is now showing and that live data is now available for Wakelands. We have the most recent flow value being displayed along with data for the last 7 days and the last 30 days. Pasting one of the calls added previously to the site, we can demonstrate that the data returned is indeed encoded according to WaterML 2.0. Using RStudio, it is possible to demonstrate the reuse of OGC-based data services. Further, this particular example combines this data access and concurrent documentation with mapping and charting outputs. On screen, a fictitious paper has been created within RStudio called Using SOS 2.0 to Access Time Series Data. This fictitious paper accesses data servers in New Zealand and one for the United States to demonstrate how OGC data services can be combined into one client in one place. For this example, code is also incorporated into the output in the paper, allowing others to review and to access the same data services. The purpose here is to demonstrate initially data discovery through the use of WFS services provided at each of the councils supporting data servers in New Zealand. Further, once the sites have been discovered through these WFS services, with the features of interest established, we can request specific observed properties and visualise these on a map display of New Zealand. With the features of interest and observed properties established, we can also feed our data into other public libraries, in this case into Google Charts. In this last example, we're demonstrating that the method of access is not New Zealand specific. The example we're using here is for Colorado River at Austin, Texas. WaterML 2.0 data has been returned and charted as in the previous examples. Here, a New Zealand client is being used, called Hilltop Manager, to access data from multiple agencies across the country. Here we're accessing data from the Waikato region's web server, and we can go and review data at any site. In support of this work, we gratefully acknowledge all the regional authorities of New Zealand, along with Massey University, Te Tinto Foundation, NIWA and Ministry for the Environment.